Hey, it's Matthew David Hurtado at rnadrops.com and also earth1essentials.com. And I want to talk about low testosterone, the epidemic of it. There are millions of Americans out there looking for the testosterone replacement therapies, hormone replacement therapies, and they're all looking to get the edge. Many people claim it's the fountain of youth. And whenever there's an issue like this, I always want to see the other side of the story. There's always two sides to every story. Well, if everybody's looking for an increase in testosterone, there must be an increase in whatever's suppressing testosterone. What's lowering your testosterone? See, if you focus on that, that's the easier approach. If you can focus on whatever you're doing, whether it's conscious or unconscious, that's lowering your T levels, then you can allow your natural testosterone to rise and you can pose less risks on your body. I mean, flat out, there are risks involved. If you want to do testosterone replacement therapy with a doctor, you have to know that even the inserts in the packages say that you should be monitored periodically because of an increased risk for prostate cancer. You don't want that. You really don't. You don't want the side effects. And even I went to go do a full analysis at a company that offers these kind of solutions for men that want to boost their testosterone. And right in the waiver that you have to sign, it even lists all the potential health risks that can be associated with that kind of treatment plan. So here's what I'm thinking, and this is what my research has brought to my attention. You have something called xenoestrogens. These are things in the food supply, in the plastics, in all sorts of things that you're exposed to on a day-to-day basis. And these estrogens, I believe, are one of the main culprits for creating such a bad situation and making it worse. There are some simple things you can do to help with the xenoestrogens. What you can do is go to Earth1 Essentials, Earth1 Essentials.com, and look in the knowledge base in the blog. Then look up the article on xenoestrogens, and you can see some simple solutions. One of these solutions is, getting your stomach acid up. Most people have poor stomach acid because of all the stuff, the processing in the foods. We artificial sweeteners, things like that, those kill off good flora, good bacteria in the body. And then you get out of balance, and then your acid alkaline balance is out of whack. And, it's so simple. It's chemistry 101, but most people don't see the obvious elephant in the room. So there's a product we have. It's called the Daily Cleanse Rescue Kit. It can help with the xenoestrogens. It has the DL-methionine, also the betaine HCl. I want you to read more about that. You don't have to buy a product in order to help with that situation, but if you want a product, there's products available that you can use to help with that. The other thing is, when you look at what's lowering your testosterone, look at deficiencies. 2 causes of disease, according to Raymond Francis, who's an MIT-trained biochemist, author of Never Be Sick Again. You have deficiency and toxicity, and those lead to a malfunctioning cell. A malfunctioning cell is the real only disease, because that's what disease is. It's malfunctioning cells. That's when you look under the hood and you take the title and the label of your illness or whatever issue you have, you take that out of the equation and you look at what it really is. It's malfunctioning cells. So deficiency, toxicity, are you deficient in zinc? Most Americans are deficient in minerals, at least one. Zinc happens to be one of the dominant ones. And that alone can cause lowering of testosterone, as well as vitamin D deficiency. Now, this is what I discovered. When I did my full workup at a very prestigious company, I found that my vitamin D levels were very low, and consequently, that was affecting my testosterone. I'm not going to choose to do the hormone replacement therapies with injectable testosterone cypionate or anything like that, because I don't feel that the side effects are worth it for me. And also, I don't agree with the fact that once I get on it, I may have to stay on it for the rest of my life, because my natural production will be suppressed or diminished because of relying on the injections. I think that's just an expense I'm not willing to incur on my health or my finances. I don't think it's necessary. So vitamin D, it can be very easy to correct. Make sure you take vitamin K2 with your vitamin D if you're going to bring vitamin D into your regimen to get your levels up. Vitamin D is so important, and there's so many deficient people with vitamin D deficiencies. So we've talked about zinc, vitamin D, and then you've got essential fatty acids. You need essential fatty acids in order for the hormone balance and the right production and get your free-flowing testosterone up. EFAs, you can get like flaxseed oil. I recommend that. You can get the good oils. See, good oils promote health and longevity, like medium chain triglycerides, organic coconut oil, flaxseed oil, things like that. Bad oils create disease because they cause cellular damage, and those are usually what the oils you get when you eat fast food, things like that. The other thing is, you can use products to help your body naturally, like the Complete Essentials tea spray. It's a male vitality formula. It's designed to help your own body in a way that supports it to bring your levels back to where they're optimized again. You can see the research, and you can look at that stuff at rnadrops.com. Now, I'm not suggesting that I'm a doctor. I'm none of that, and I'm not telling you how to fix, cure, prevent, heal a disease or anything like that. This is all just for entertainment purposes based on research that I've done that you can easily validate and do for yourself. And what I've done is I've put it to the test, and what I've seen over time is I've seen my levels come back, and I've seen my strength come back and my vitality. And it's amazing what simple things, deficiency or toxicities, can do to your system. So this epidemic, we go back around full circle, this epidemic of low testosterone is a side effect in most cases, in my opinion. It's not like it's a boogeyman that can hit you at some stage in your life. Yeah, you're going to gradually lose as you 35 and older. As a man, your testosterone levels are going to decline with age. However, the rate that they've been declining, if you start to look at some of these numbers, men 30, 40 years ago, their free-flowing levels were much higher than you see today. The standards have been lowered substantially. And what is that? What's the cause? Well, look at what we're putting in our bodies. Look what we're not getting in our bodies. We're putting toxins in our bodies, and we're not getting the nutrients in our bodies. So deficiencies, toxicities. Again, a symptom. I think low testosterone in most cases is a symptom of an underlying problem. So if you look at the real problem, then a lot of times you can get rid of a lot of other issues that may be happening as well. One thing I discovered for myself is I found out my thyroid was not producing enough T3. So I did a little research and figured out, iodine deficiency. I was deficient in iodine. Sure enough, I did the test for it. So what does that mean for me? It means that I get more of our Electrolyte Pro and more of the minerals that contain the iodine that I can use in my body and take more and get my levels up. Ever since I've been doing that, my energy has been coming back. So that's my advice. Again, I'm not a doctor, but if you're thinking about what you can do to raise these levels up and to optimize your body, always weigh out the risks. If you're going to use a synthetic form of testosterone and you're going to rely on a drug, you have to realize that side effects come along with that. So it's risks and rewards, not to mention the financial aspect of it. It can be very expensive to go on some of these therapies. And the other alternatives out there, a lot of good herbal products, a lot of good supplements that can help it, but don't focus on the supplements. Don't make the supplements the only issue. Figuring out what is suppressing it and lowering your testosterone is the other side of the equation that needs to be addressed even more, in my opinion, than adding in things, because your body may be producing enough on its own. It just may be compromised because of obvious things. Here are some things that are absolutely going to compromise your testosterone that you should know about, aside from the deficiencies. Sugar will absolutely crush your ability to produce testosterone because it raises your insulin levels. When insulin goes up, testosterone goes down. Sugar, 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 sugar. Even in our bottled waters today, they put sugar in most bottled waters. You're getting sugar all day long. As little as 1 teaspoon of sugar can lower your immune system for up to 8 hours. Things that you could know, simple things. Stress, cortisol. When you're under a lot of stress, you produce a lot of cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone that will also affect and lower your testosterone. And then things like dairy, processed dairy, things that are not organic, non-organic meats, those have toxins in them, which can also suppress your testosterone. Lastly, I'll give you a story. A young man came to work for me at the office here, and he was complaining about having problems with his erections, and he was a young guy in his 20s. And now it doesn't make a lot of sense to me because he should be at his peak with his testosterone. So what I did is I just kind of looked at what he was eating on the day-to-day, and he every day would come in with a big bag of this beef jerky. And he would eat it every single day for lunch and snack on it all day long. I said, "How long have you been doing that for?" He's like, "Oh, at least a year." And I said, look at the back of that. That was all processed soy protein. It was soy, estrogen, 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 estrogen. Well, is it any wonder why, he may have been experiencing the side effects of the estrogen dominance that he was creating in his body? So I said, why don't you just try not eating that for a while? And I explained to him how that's just estrogen. So he went off of it, and he started to use the tea spray, the natural male vitality product. And within a week, he was, hitting it out of the park again, in his own words. So again, with or without the product, he would have been substantially improved by taking the part that was lowering his testosterone out of the equation. He wanted all of it, so he got the product and he took out the obvious things, and within a week he was hitting it out of the park. So things to consider when you're thinking about low testosterone and what you can do about it before you go and just take a prescription for a testosterone replacement. Maybe do your due diligence and find out what your body is capable of doing on its own naturally before you become dependent on a prescription that comes along with side effects, potentially costs, and who knows. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and you got at least something out of it that you can put into use right away and get yourself optimized. Take care.